suddenly we come to a stop. Because the king, he hears a rustling in the bushes. Can I get a... But can I hear a... There we go. Now, none of us know what's in the bush.
No.
But the king does. So let's ask him, my good king, could this be a second Estonian counterattack? No, of course not. Could this be an evil spirit? No, of course not. But then you see the king gets this cold fear in his stomach that starts bubbling and rising upwards. And as his hands start shaking, his head gets covered in cold sweat. He realizes it might be my angry wife that I haven't seen for 3 years. You hear how silent it gets? But fortunately, this isn't that kind of a show. And it was at that moment that from the bushes lifts up the head of the hero of this story. Very good. And the hero of the story, he's nobody else but this beautiful, delicate... Let's go. You do deer. Very good. Very intuitive. Yeah? Now the deer, with both his ears on, looks at the king. The king looks at the deer. And for a moment, they stare at each other like two lovers in full moon. The first time this
Too much daddy love.
But eventually, the king understands. Well, sorry, the deer understands. They're just a natural. The deer understands he's looking at certain death. So he turns around, He turns around. And he runs away. And the king gives chase on a horse. And a wild chase begins around the beautiful. That is currently happening in slow motion so you can really get the details. But eventually the deer gets cornered. Come on, step up. On the edge. Very good. Turn around. At the edge of a cliff. And this is where you all say, ooh. Now the deer, he looks down. Yeah? This is a long, long fall. You really don't want to take it, but you look at the king, and you see an angry face there, with teeth and a growl. Horrible. So, with shaking feet, the deer takes one last look down, doesn't seem half as scary, and as you saw, he jumps head first down into the cliffs below.
I won't.
Don't. You don't have the insurance for it. No. But the king, he comes to the edge as well, and he looks down and he's amazed. Okay, Sophie, that's slightly confused. That even though wildlife in these lands would resist a man as royal as this one, that Valdemar decides to name these lands by this event, combining two old Germanic words, re, a deer, and fal, meaning to fall. So Refal, the original name of Tallinn, my friends, it means nothing more and nothing less than the fall of a deer. And I want to hear a massive applause for Pascal.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Power to the audience, you deserve it. So, do you want to keep the hat or do you want to give it back? Thank you, it's my only one anyway. I ask you to come a little bit closer.